This is Steve Young for the Co-Roundtable. I was reading recently a disturbing article about rice. I spent a lot of time in my life in Southeast Asia. I've even planted rice in village fields in northeast Thailand. And my wife is Vietnamese, so we eat rice like almost every day. So I took an interest in this. It turns out a couple of things, and this goes to the issue of how do we humans, what gives us well-being? Is it private actors? Is it public actors? What about the consequences of things we like, things we do? So it turns out that rice has an impact on us of contributing to diabetes and excess weight. So it's not necessarily the best food for us. It is, however, a remarkably important food in certain parts of the world. The average Asian consumes 77 kilograms of rice a year. And global demand in Africa as well as Asia is soaring. So ordinary people who like it, are eating a product that may not be so healthy for them. How are we going to get them to change? Other factors are that rice is apparently is a bigger source of greenhouse gas emission than any other foodstuff except beef from the cattle. That's a lot of gas. It says here that its emissions footprint is similar to that of aviation. All kinds of people are complaining about all those airplanes up there and their engines, spewing forth greenhouse gases. But about rice, which is also, by the way, a staple for poor people in many parts of the world. Are we just going to say, stop eating rice? Governments, it says here, need to nudge producers and consumers away from rice. Well, how are you going to nudge them away from rice? What are you going to substitute? India and Indonesia, it says, are producing millet. You can't use millet in the same dishes that your family has been using for 6, 10, 20, 30 generations, right? I mean, how do you get fried millet and pineapple? How do we, our systems are government systems and we have free market systems and intersections. How are they going to deal with this problem? And because of global warming, rice is also subject to global warming. Rice yields, productivity are decreasing. Yields increased by an average of only 0.9% a year for the past decades, down from 1.3% so greater demand for rice, but less productivity, which means what? We're going to have to use more land to grow rice. We're going to have to ration somehow. What the simplest market way of doing it is raising the prices. Well, now who's that going to benefit and who's that going to hurt? These are the kind of really big issues which are hard to think about, which are at the center of what should a moral capitalism be.